Hello, hi. Most welcome, Sasankji, in this interview discussion program. And you are one of the pioneer in my first batch of Rethink Career Hub, and you are the real shining star. So, just want to start this discussion with your quick introduction. If you could give a little background as well, what you do, and your current work as well, that will give a good insight.
Sure, Manoj. So first of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to connect. And I'm lucky to be, one of the first people to join your training, your batch, where I really got some great insights into how to develop my career, even after I have spent like 15 years in IT. So definitely it was amazing experience. So I'll start with my introduction. My name is Shashank Priyadarshi. I have a total IT, information technology experience of around 16 to 17 years. And all my experience has been on payroll module. And it was working on different ERP systems. So first it was PeopleSoft, now it was Oracle Cloud. And I was basically progressing in my career, and I was kind of satisfied thinking that, okay, whatever I'm achieving, whatever I've achieved is good enough. But then when I connected with you, and I learned the different aspects through which further impact can be made or shown on, let it be LinkedIn, or let it be through modifying your resume, or how to build your network, how to reach out to people, how to basically broadcast what so it's basically marketing yourself. So that was a really eye-opener for me. So from a complacent IT professional, it really broadened my horizons. It was like waking up from sleep. And once that happened, there was no looking back. So really appreciate the opportunity which you gave, and really happy we could connect.
That's great. That's awesome. And it's my pleasure. Thanks again for highlighting this point. That's wonderful. And I know, like, once you completed this program, 30-day challenge, and then you had started looking for options and all. So how was your journey? Like, after that, after the program, where did you opted for? How did you started searching your job and all? And how you had made the final breakthrough?
Yes. So first few things, I mean, the initial first few things I did was go on LinkedIn and, update my profile, try to put more content there. So the recruiters noticed my profile. And then the second point, which you had mentioned, was networking. So I reached out to my networks. They were pretty dormant, and I was not connecting with them on a regular basis. So I started, I started connecting with them. I started reaching out to them and trying to understand what was the market, what's happening in the market. It was not necessarily for a job as such, but it was just to get to know each other even better.
Absolutely.
And that was what made the breakthrough for me. So I was talking to this person in US, and he was like, okay, there's a job opening, and it's kind of a job opening which was not available on LinkedIn. I could not find it. So it was only through the network that I was able to find that job. And initially I was not very sure if I'll be a good fit for that. But again, working in the payroll domain, and it was a payroll related job. So as the interview started happening, it was very clear that this job was something I could take up. And it's only because of the network that this job came to me, and I was able to clear the interviews going forward.
Wonderful. What a great breakthrough. And again, as I am telling in my session that only 20% jobs are posted, 80% are hidden. And see, this is the exact example of those jobs that are hidden. And once you have a great networking and you have a strong LinkedIn profile, you should be start attracting the job like anything. Like, you become the lead magnet, and you don't have to chase job will start chasing you, and the hiring manager would be behind you. Excellent. That's the real example out here, Shashankji. Excellent.
I could really, I could really hear your words when that happened, when I got
Oh,
that
great.
job, and when that guy said that, okay, this job you won't find on LinkedIn, or even I was not able to find it on LinkedIn. So,
Absolutely.
that's a good job. That's a great job, which I could make a transition to. So really thankful to the teachings.
Great, great. Thanks a lot. Yeah. And second, like once you started getting through this, right, there would be multiple rounds of interview and all. So how did you find? Can you brief about the interview experience you had?
Yeah. So interview process was a bit easy, I would say, based on the product knowledge I carry, and it was since the interview panel was from US and India both, it was more communication oriented. And since the network, the person who referred me is pretty strong in that company, it
Okay.
made it much easier for me. But again, there were 5 to 6 rounds of interview, and I
Oh,
had to
wonderful.
demonstrate my knowledge in each session, and there were lots of questions asked, lots of explanations I had to give. So it was a proper 6 rounds of interview, and at the end I was kind of getting frustrated. Oh, how many more interviews will happen? But right at the moment they were like, okay, no, we are happy to have you on board, and they made me an offer.
Excellent, excellent. And again, in this 30-day career hackathon, one of the module is job interview preparation, and the second is the salary negotiation. So,
Yes.
did you also get a chance to do any negotiation on your salary front, or it was what they have offered you? You were happy to grab that.
So I'll come to the salary negotiation, but before that, there's another thing that in the career hackathon, you also mentioned about the CV, how to build your CV.
Excellent. Yes.
And that really helped me, publish my skills to the recruiter, because it was just a 1.5 page CV, and it basically captured everything I have done in the last 15 years. So
Perfect.
if I
Perfect.
had followed the old methodology, I would have gone with, say 5 to 6 pages of CV or even more. And
Absolutely.
that is very boring for any recruiter to go through. But this
Absolutely.
was a compact, crisp format which you gave me, and I was able to put all the information there, and it worked wonderfully well.
Wonderful. That's a really great point that you have brought in. And again, I know like many people who are running into say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of experience, their CV also runs the same way, almost like 8 to 10 pages and all. And that becomes like a dumping yard where you are just putting the experience, not the outcome. So
Correct.
the way the crafting of the resume happens so that you have everything crisp and clear, pointed details are there, all the quantitative result oriented information in just 1 or 2 pages only, and that
Correct.
attracts a lot and saves a lot of time of hiring manager, and that also go through well through ATS, and it does not get into not reaching to the hand of the hiring manager. Excellent,
Correct.
excellent.
And that truly demonstrates the impact in very short time. It's a very efficient way of telling the recruiter that these are the key points. This is what I have done. This is where I have made an impact. So that template is amazing. Everyone should use that.
Great, great, perfect. Right. And coming to the second part of this, yeah, so
Yeah. So coming to the second part, the salary negotiation. So obviously, as you know, I connected with you before the salary negotiation started, and I'm really thankful to the insights you gave. So the belief was missing. The belief was missing that can I demand so much? Does my role uh, demand? Does my role can I ask so much salary for this role? And since I, inside I was ready to make the transition, but there was a blockage. There was a blocker holding me back, saying, "Oh, should I ask this much?" And conversation with you definitely changed my perspective. It gave me confidence to go out and say, "Okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what my worth is." That kind of confidence is hard to achieve. And those 30 minutes of talking with you, or 15 minutes of talking with you, really changed my perspective. So again, I'm really grateful. And that helped me crack a great deal with the recruiter. And obviously the HR, as you had said, the HR is just a mouthpiece. It's generally the hiring manager who makes the call. And that's where I
absolutely.
went and discussed. So I'm really thankful for that input.
Wonderful. That's really great. Like you are able to like get to the real thing from the course, and then able to apply this thing very, very effectively and in a practical way. So was there any like multiple rounds of salary negotiation, or whatever you have proposed, they were agreed to take it ahead?
So initially they offered me a bit less than that, but
Okay.
as we had discussed that we have to be a bit pushy towards that, and it's basically I deserve what I'm demanding. So
Absolutely.
that belief, once
Absolutely.
that comes, then negotiation becomes easy.
Excellent.
So
Absolutely. That's a very, very fair and very strong point. See, most of the time it happens that we underestimate our value. We just
correct,
think that whatever our current salary and all are there, that is what we deserve. But our value, our services are much more than that. And if we have that mindset wherein we understand our self value and we do a bit research what is the market value and all, then you should be able to get the right value and the right salary what a person deserves. That's great. I mean, that way you articulated things quite well, and then you're able to. So coming to that point, like because many of the people, professional, while they are looking for the job or other alternate career option, one of the most important aspect is that how much they are able to increase their salary from the current. So can you throw some light, like what was your current CTC and how much percentage or increment that you are able to grab this with your approach?
Right. So my current CTC was around, includes the equity they gave me. So that was a substantial hike. And initially there was a question about, your current CTC is this much, you are asking this much. And that confidence which came through the session, I was like, it doesn't matter what my current CTC is.
Excellent.
If I'm underpaid at the current moment, it doesn't mean that I should be underpaid throughout my career. So since the interviews were good, since the response was good from the hiring manager, I was able to demand and get the salary I wanted.
Wonderful. That's great. And what is in terms of percentage, how much hike did you get it?
So it's close to 90%, I would say.
Okay.
85 to 90%.
85. So almost like 2x, like you are able to make the. See, many of the people don't believe this thing that they can make their salary double. And that is that also at the stage where the people are ranging in the salary from say 30, 40 lakhs and all. So that time they're thinking that from 30, if I'm going to 60 or 50, that is near to impossible.
Yeah.
But now you can see this is a live example where looking at the current structure and all, following the course program and having the right confidence level, you should be able to make this thing. And 2x is very much possible, and it's a live example out here. That's wonderful. Very good. And my best wishes, Shashankji, for your new venture. What would be your recommendation for the listener, those who are still anticipating like how things will turn up or how helpful that program would be for them? What would be your recommendation or suggestion for them?
Yeah, my recommendation is to treat this program as a launch pad. We all have the caliber, the capacity inside us, but this program gives us the confidence. It's the fuel in the rocket. The rocket is there, but the fuel has to go in, and then it has to ignite, and then there's nothing stopping you. So go through the program diligently, don't miss sessions, and go through the content, follow whatever is being told there. And the steps which you clearly articulate, those are like, I mean, it cannot go any simpler than that. It was very easy to follow. All the steps, it's like any layman can understand. There is nothing rocket science there. So go through the session, understand the program, follow the steps, and success will be yours.
Great insight, and thanks a lot for highlighting this point. And yeah, I mean, and then the excellent opportunity that you have grabbed, and you are taking your career to the next level. So my best wishes, Sasanji, for your new venture and the new innings now. And again, let's rock it and take it to the next level again. Thanks again. Thanks a lot for your time. And we really had a wonderful time together during our 30-day career hackathon session.
Yeah. And thank you very much for your support in my career development. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.